Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Josephine and today I'm going to be making a vegan bolognese sauce inspired by a really good friend of mine who made me my first mock meat bolognese and it absolutely blew me away. So you know who you are, hello. And yeah, I want to recreate that recipe today, so I'm super excited to share this with you. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe because I make new videos every single week. And without further ado, let's get started. So here is the ingredients you're going to need. So we're going to need some oregano, smoked paprika, hot paprika, spaghetti. We're also going to need some salt and pepper. I have some sun-dried tomatoes here, as well as some olive oil, some chopped tomatoes, an onion, some garlic, a stock cube, some thyme and rosemary, a carrot, tomato puree, as well as some vegan mince and some cheap vegan red wine. And that's your ingredients. We're starting this recipe by chopping our vegetables into fine cubes. As you can see here, I've started with the carrot and then I'll be doing the onion as we'll be sauteing these first. So cut the carrot lengthways and then across to make nice little cubes, as you can see here. And with the onion, I'll be dicing it along, making an incision through the middle and then dicing across to make fine cubes. I also took the time to peel and crush my garlic, as well as mince up the sun-dried tomatoes, as these will be part of the base and form part of the flavour as well. Definitely worth investing in a garlic crusher, makes it a lot easier, and I like a lot of garlic in this recipe. And you can see me here chopping up the sun-dried tomatoes, which add a nice umami to the whole dish. Then we're going to get a deep dish pan and add some olive oil on high heat. Just spread the olive oil across the pan, and once it's hot you can start sauteing your carrots and onions. Sweat them off for about 5 minutes until they're a little bit more translucent and soft, at which point I like to add in the garlic and cook for a further 2 to 3 minutes, not to burn the garlic, before I add in the sun-dried tomatoes. Of course, I'm seasoning everything right from the base, so I add a generous helping of salt and pepper right in the initial stages. That way your dish is seasoned right from the beginning. Making sure to just incorporate all those flavors really well together and sweat off those vegetables to release the lovely fragrance and flavors within them. So here's the garlic, and as you'll see in a minute, I'm mixing that in, going to smell amazing in your house. And then I'm adding in those sun-dried tomatoes, and the sun-dried tomatoes just add a really nice umami to the whole dish. That's why I like to get them in the base with the other base ingredients. This is sort of the foundation of your bolognese. Once those are all sweated off and nicely soft, I like to add in the vegan mince to begin cooking that. And as you can see here, I'm just using the wooden spoon to crush it up and incorporate all those ingredients and flavors together. Once the meat is cooked off, I then add in my spices and dried herbs. So here I'm adding about a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of hot paprika, I like a bit of spice, and about a teaspoon of dried oregano. I'm incorporating that all into the mixture as well. That just opens up the flavors and begins to cook them, as well as about 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, which again, it's important to just cook that off initially to get rid of the acidity that it might add to the dish. And then I'm picking off the leaves from my thyme by just holding the stem and running my finger down, and the exact same with the rosemary. This adds a nice freshness to the dish, real depth of flavour. You can also add a bay leaf at this point. I think that would be absolutely delicious. So my heat is still on high heat at this point, and you can see the meat is beginning to get colour, which is a really good sign of flavour. And at this point I deglaze everything with a good glug of red wine just to deglaze the pan, and then I add in another good glug of wine before adding in my vegetable stock cube and then my canned tomatoes. You can see here I like to crumble in the stock cube. That just helps it spread into the dish a lot better. And I'm using chopped tomatoes here. You can use plum tomatoes as well and crush them with the back of the wooden spoon. And then I'm rinsing out the can with some water into the dish as well. This dish, and the secret to this dish, is thyme. So I make some last adjustments to any flavourings, including adding a splash of wine and a bit more seasoning, and then I lower my heat to a medium or medium-low heat and really let that simmer for at least an hour. It's really important for this dish to let those flavours really come out. The only time I come and check is I check up every about 20 minutes to stir it, make sure nothing's burning, adjust any seasonings. But yeah, it's the time that's going to really bring out those flavours, bring out the sweetness from the tomatoes, and meld all those flavours in the sauce. So as you can see here, I pop the lid on, go and read a book, watch your favourite show, whatever you like, but try and give this patience. I know the house is going to smell really good, but patience is everything. Once you've got it to a nice consistency, you can add your spaghetti to boiling salted water, and then I'm using a spoon just to drop that in. Cook that according to package instructions. Mine took about 10 minutes before draining, and then you are ready to serve. This is such a comfort meal, so here I'm just putting a good helping of spaghetti in a lovely bowl so that I can curl up and enjoy this. And I'm using tongs here. I was trying to get a little fancy presentation, but it didn't work out, and I guess this is the reality of home cooking. And then I'm spooning over that rich, delicious bolognese. Just look at how glossy and rich it is. Absolutely amazing. So I'm giving myself a generous helping and then sprinkling over a little bit of parsley before diving in and enjoying. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please let me know if you try it at home, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye bye!